Guys, so I am starting out on the wrong foot. I actually spilled glue all over my hands and I tried to get it off to the best of my ability, but I wasn't 100% successful. So if you see it still in the rest of the video, just ignore it. That's what it is. Sorry. So I'm starting out with a 3-week-old set. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to fix the one that is broken. I was playing with my son and he kicked my hand by accident, obviously, and it bruised the underside of my nail and it caused a little bit of lifting. So I cut it short. He didn't break it right there. I cut it short. And I wanted to film this so I can show you guys how to do a nail replacement. I am doing 2 videos in one, so I am going to be removing the other nails too, but you'll see that kind of, in the background because I am only showing you the one nail. So this is the nail drill that I use. I've had it for about a year. Every year I get a new drill. I get the same drill, but I get a new one. The reason why is because I don't personally believe in buying a high quality nail drill when I am going to be lugging it around everywhere I go and it gets damaged very easily. And I don't want to, put my money on the line. So this one has some really good speed, really good torque, and I use it for everything. I let my students use it, all that kind of stuff, but I personally don't want a high quality drill because I do allow beginners to use it, as well as I leave it in my car sometimes. I go to the salon and bring it home and it's just too much. So what I'm doing here is I am removing all of the rhinestones first, and then I'm going to remove some of the lifting that I can get without hurting myself, because like I said, my nail is bruised underneath. So I'm just removing a little bit. Make sure you always hold the nail in control when you're removing any lifting like that. The reason why is because obviously if there's a bruise underneath it, it's going to hurt even more. And you also don't want to bend the nail in any weird shape by accident and cause even more pain. So I'm going to go in with my nail bit, I'm going to go in with my drill bit and remove any bulk. I will link one down below that is very similar. This one I got from a vendor who came to my salon. So we have a person that comes and sells us stuff from their professional nail store. They just come and they sell all of their stuff. It's just easy, so we don't have to get up and go and waste time when we could be making money doing other people's nails. So we have somebody that comes to our shop and I just purchased it off of him. But I have one that's very, very similar that I did purchase online, so I'll go ahead and link that one down below. What I'm doing is I am just drilling the nail as thin as I can without overheating the nail or touching my natural nail, just so that I can get underneath, as you can see right here, and get the rest of that lifting up with the nippers. Then I'm going to go on top of that with the magic remover. I'm going to go ahead and put that right on the nail enhancement. It's not going to touch my natural nail at all. I'm just putting it on the nail enhancement. So what this does is it eats away at the nail enhancement, and it becomes like this gooey consistency, almost similar to if you were to use acetone and a cotton and wrap it in foil, or use a nail clip, one of those things. It does the same thing, except you don't have to use the cotton or the nail clip or foil. So it just eats right through it. So then you just drill, you wait about 2 to 5 minutes, and then you can drill right on top of it, barely touching the nail enhancement. I'm not pushing at all. I'm not applying any pressure. I'm just using the drill to kind of flick off anything that has been eaten away already. So it's not, digging into the nail. I'm not damaging my natural nail. I'm actually not touching my natural nail at all. And I'm also not going to force all of the nail enhancement off. I'm going to work very carefully, and I'm going to do another layer of the magic remover. So right here, I am going in with another layer. So to the left of my nail, you can see a little red dot. That right there is the bruise that I got from when my son kicked my hand by accident. So that's not from drilling. I didn't, nothing happened outside of what I already told you. So I did drill my other nails off camera. So that's why there's like a bunch of dust right there. But I'm just going back over it because I let it sit for the 2 to 5 minutes. And I am removing the rest of that nail enhancement. I'm not going over top my nail. I'm just grazing over the top of the nail enhancement and just flicking off what's there. So it looks like I'm touching my natural nail, but I promise you I'm not. So this is what my nail looks like after removing all of the nail enhancement. I'm just going to go over the surface of it, barely touching my nail, just to remove any of the shine so that my nail enhancement can fit nice on the nail and adhere very well. I'm going to spray it with some alcohol and remove any dust and debris that I collected by filing. Now I'm going to apply the nail glue to the nail tip. I like to place a little tiny dot, spread it, and then put another dot on top of that and let it flow. Then I turn the nail tip over and place it on my nail. This nail tip that I am using was way too big for my nail, but I cut it to the size. So it's not as C-curved as it would be if I had just, used the full nail or had used the size that I needed. So now I'm going to go in and blend the nail tip to my natural nail. This step isn't always necessary, but for the style of nail that I'm doing, I wanted to go ahead and blend that together. So I'm not touching my natural nail at all. I'm just using the tip of the drill bit, the sanding bit, to the nail tip and not touching, like I said, my natural nail. I just want to get the nail tip to be super thin right there so it goes flush with my nail. Okay, now I'm going to go over the whole surface of the nail and remove any of the shine from the nail tip. The reason why I want to do that is because the type of nail that I'm doing today, it's not, always necessary to do this step if you're going to put acrylic on top of a nail tip, because the nail liquid, which is your monomer, will actually break down the nail tip and it fuses the nail tip together with the acrylic, so it's not going to come apart. But I am actually going to be going over top of the nail tip with gel nail polish, and I don't want it to lift up off of there or chip or any of that. So that's why I did that. So I filed the corners, and then I realized, I really want it to be a little bit more narrow. So I'm going to use my nail scissors and cut the sides a little bit more narrow. I'll go ahead and link the scissors that I'm using down below. I don't particularly love these scissors as nail scissors. I only use these to cut nail tips. Really, that's it. I don't use it for any other reason. I don't really like these ones. But I'll go ahead and link it down below just in case you want to use what I used in this video. Also, I did want to point out that I am actually taking off the encapsulations on the other nails, which is why they look really rough. So that is not, any shape that I'm going for with those. I was just doing two things at once, so ignore that. So I'm going to go in with my nail prep. My nail prep is a dehydrator. So I'm just going to put it right in the center of my nail and push it back towards the cuticle. I don't want to start at the cuticle. This is just my personal preference. I don't start at the cuticle and work my way up the nail because I feel like if I were to get it on the skin, it's easier to get it on the skin that way. Next, I'm going to use the Extra Bond That is your primer or your bonder. Those are two interchangeable terms for this product. And I did the same technique. I pushed it in the center and pushed it back towards the cuticle area. And I'm going to do 2 layers of this. So if I were to get this on the skin, it's going to cause a lot of lifting, premature lifting. It might not lift that day, but it will cause the set to lift way sooner than what you anticipated it to. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my monomer and polymer and create the nail. I didn't realize I wasn't recording at this point. Someone called me and I didn't see that it shut off. So I'm sorry I didn't show you how to form the nail, but that's what I did. I just, formed the nail. And now I am drilling into the nail, drilling my surface and my sides. You can visually see my technique. It's hard to explain into words what I'm doing, but I'm just going over the top, making sure not to drill in a flat motion. I'm going up and over the nail enhancement, and there's no flat leveling to it. I'm going up and over, keeping the C curve of the nail. So from here on out, I'm not going to be showing you guys any of the products that I'm using because the goal of this video was just to show you guys how to do a nail replacement. So I'm actually going to be removing that nail replacement and doing an ombre nail. So have fun watching, and I will link all the previous tools and products that I used down below, and just enjoy watching the rest of the video. This drill bit is in fact the one that I'm going to be linking down below instead of the gold one because I don't have a link for the other one. So enjoy. topping off the nail with a no wipe gel top coat. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Always put Christ in the center. Do you know he's in control? If it's not about Christ, then I'm not involved. It's either you're hot, lukewarm, or cold. Lukewarm or cold. It's either you're hot, lukewarm, or cold. If it's not about Christ, then I'm not involved. I hope you know that my Lord is